morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful and super duper delicious. And that life is treating you oh so deliciously. So what do we do? 3, 2, 1, my juicy little lads. Thank you, little lads. You're delicious and bright. Yes, they are, aren't they, my delicious babies? And we've got to keep shining that light, shining that light. Shining that light. Okay, my delicious little babies, got to keep the lights on. Okay, my delicious little babies now then. So, yeah. So, the sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. Yes, my delicious little babies. And guess what? It's pretty warm. Okay, my delicious little babies now then. Look what I found yesterday, which was outside my front door. And it exactly looked like that. My delicious babies. What did they used to call them, you know, when you was at school? Little pipe cleaners, yeah. Maybe some are cleaning the pipes, shall we say? Okay, my delicious little babies, okay? Now then, so let's have a quick little natter, shall we? Now, I want to begin by saying, now, I'm going to be honest, it's probably not going to come across very nice, but, you know, things that do not usually come across as nice. It's a bit like, you know, when you were young. Well, I know for myself anyway. And sometimes you would have what you call medicine, okay? Well, there's different types of medicine, isn't there, my delicious little babies? Yes, okay. Now, the thing is, as I always recall, when I was young, I'm talking about now, when I was a wee little Ben, although it was very rare I ever had to have medicine. And thank you, dear God, okay? But when I did, sometimes the medicine never tasted very nice, yet you would get better. There we are, super duper quickly. Do you see? Well, it's, this is a bit the same. Do you see what I mean, okay? It's along the same lines, and I've noticed long time, there we are, that so like I said, if it's not going to sit right, well, it can only not sit right if there's an element of truth, okay, my delicious little baby. So this is not me being catty, this is not me being a bitch, no it is not. But I'm going to tell you what really pees me off. Well, there's many things that pee me off, although there's many things that have me flipping, you know, falling over with laughter. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies, okay? Well, I've noticed with alternative media now, okay? Not all, because you will have, let's just say maybe a small selection, where they cover different things now, but they never, let's just say, they never beg. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Yes. But I've noticed, so I do not know if this is the way that alternative media had been taught. I'm really just not too sure about that, okay, because I am not a journalist and neither would I wish to be, okay? But I do respect, because there are some excellent, there we are, journalists, okay? But to me, if you're listening to a video, what really pees me off, my delicious babies, is that it's like they spend, let's just say, rather a long length of time explaining about their products, explaining about different things, always sort of saying and coming the old soldier that that they do not seem to have enough. But usually what they also fail to mention is that they, there we are, have a sponsor or sponsors. There we are. Do you see? Okay. So you're probably wondering, well, come on, get to the point then, Carla. Someone to get to the point. I just wish that there was, there we are, more honesty. You know, forget the effing bullshit. We don't want to hear that this, that and the other. And do you know what I mean? Because for many journalists that I've watched over the years, whether it be the mainstream with that putrid box in the corner of the room, or whether it be alternative, they can travel to all different, there we are, they can travel to all different places and then plead poverty. Do you see, my delicious little babies? That's what they do. They plead poverty, and it pees me off. I mean, I love to watch a lot of videos, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, there's always something new to learn if I do not already know something. Say, for example, do you see what I mean? So it is good to listen to a large different selection of different videos and different uploaders, okay? So I'm not saying that they're shat at the job. No, I'm not. Although, you know, like I said, apart from those silly Egypts who are propaganda, do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay, you're going to get them on all different platforms anyway, okay, my delicious babies. But there are still ones who will listen to that bullshit, do you see what I mean? Me personally, no, I will not. But I do enjoy listening to a lot of videos, but I just get to the stage, my delicious babies, okay, where it just pees me off. I mean, if you see, say, somebody, God bless, who's homeless out on the streets, okay, ones will look at them and walk past, or say, for example, okay, I'll give you an example. So I was out shopping the other day, okay, my delicious babies, that's just reminded me. And this man come up to me, okay, I was waiting for my taxi with my shopping, okay, and he came up and he said, I need to catch the bus, okay. He was a foreign man, okay, so I would have said he was probably in his 60s, yes, and he's a foreign man, and he came up to me, and he clearly had a couple of little bags of shopping, but he said he needs to catch his bus, to another part of Brum, yes, okay, and he asked me if I had £1. So I went into my bag, you know, because for me, I will always do my best. If I've got the change on me, you know what I mean, then of course I will, yes, okay, I'm just not mean like that, okay. Well, anyway, I'm not a mean woman anyway, and anybody who truly knows me knows how I am, do you know what I mean? So it's only ones who do not know me, do you see? Well, to me, then they would simple things have a lot to learn, you see, okay? So I give him £1. So then what happens? He said, oh, could I have another 20 pence, please? So I gave it, and then my taxi arrived. And then, you know, the driver, you know, because you do get some good drivers, not in that way with anybody, okay? So he helped me, you know, put my shopping in his boot, yes? So then a little bit of a way, you're talking steps now. This same older man who just had £1.20 off me went up to another woman, okay, and was asking, and she was talking to her friend, God bless, yes, and he was clearly asking, you know, those dear women for change as well, do you see, okay? Now, it's a bit of a mix here because, you know, what the driver said to me, okay, it said, I cannot stand to see that, he said, right? And I said, well, what do you mean? I said, because I've just given, you know, the older man £1.20, and I said, that's what he wanted, do you know what I mean? And he asked me politely, you know, the older man did, and, you know, he said, please and thank you, okay? So, but the taxi driver said no. He says, you know, he said, look at him. He said, so he would receive something from the government. Do you see what I mean? And he said, and there he is begging, right? Well, that's how that taxi driver felt, okay? My delicious little babies. Now, for me, that's the first ever time I've experienced it, okay? At a particular supermarket. Do you see what I mean? It does not normally happen, okay? But generally speaking, if somebody's out begging, yes, to get to the point, could you spare some change, please? Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay. And you usually find, for the majority of them, they're so polite, it's unreal. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Which I respect that. I like politeness. Do you see? But you'll have ones who just walk straight past them. No, go away, go away. You know, I've seen it. There we are so many times in my decades. Do you see what I mean? Yes? And you've got a lot of genuine, there we are, genuine homeless. But when I see some of the alternative media, right? I would say the majority, like I said, there's a small amount who do not, but when I see the majority of the alternative media, right? Well, that's just a form. There we are. I'm just done saying it. It's no different to being on the street now. There we are. I'm begging. Do you say? Okay? And put it this way, I've never met a poor journalist. Never. But continuously, there we are, out with the begging bowl. Do you say? I've got no problem at all. You know what I mean? If they need some ka-ching, 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 some change for something now, but just, you're never going to know how it irritates me, my delicious babies. Now, for some, they may turn around and say, well, you know, and that doesn't mean no. They may turn around and say, well, in simple things, just do not watch. But my point is that there are lots, like I've just said earlier, there are a lot of videos which are, there we are, super duper really good. They're banging. But when they're always asking, it drives me flipping effing crackers, my delicious babies. And I really felt the need, there we are, to say it today. It does my boxing. Do you know what I mean, my delicious little babies? That's just how I feel. You know, so to me, just be flipping damn honest. Just say, well, look, I just need the extra, you know, ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching in my skyrocket. And just be done. There we are, just be done saying it. But don't say, oh, you know, I haven't got this, I haven't got that. Do you understand what I mean? Because 9 times out of 10, you're going to find, so stumbling in, you're going to find a lot who do not have a lot to give. Yet out the kindness of the heart, there we are, they would still give. Do you say? Like I said, I've never met a poor journalist. Do you say? Okay? So that's what I'm done saying, my delicious babies now then. I haven't looked at any videos today. Anyway, I popped to Aldi's today. I put up some shorty videos. Okay? And, flip me. For a start off, the blueberries, which I did buy some actually. All the blueberries, there was not one packet, okay, that did not stand up the right way. Just go and sip of my creamy coffee, please, and thank you. I'll have another sip. So they're all upside down. So I thought, right, I'd take a shorty video of that. What else did I take a shorty video? Oh yeah, as you're walking, they've got like this large, you know, and it shows all the different foods. You know, it sort of, you know, moves along. You know what I'm talking about, my delicious babies. They're everywhere, aren't they? So I thought I'd take a shorty little video of that, my delicious little babies. You know, just pointing some things out now. You know that certain in the world do not want others, you know, to eat, it seems. Do you see what I mean, my delicious little babies? Anyway, but the flipping classic out of all of them, my delicious little babies, right? Okay. Oh, I took one as I was, you know, outside. You know, it's all to do with you know, the Olympics and all that, you know. And but the classic of all is effing hilarious. It's got this circle, yes, and it's all to do with the CO2. Okay. I mean, they really, do you know what I mean? I mean, you imagine all of the shops now, yes, where they're printing all of this shit. Do you see what I mean, my delicious babies? And of course, you know, so if somebody just simple things just wants to open and just get some meat, do you see, whether it be meat, whether it be fish or something, then it's there in the bird trace that they've got to read it. Do you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? So, you know, and not only that, I noticed that a lot of the meats, this is not anything new actually, but I've noticed that they started doing it, okay, because they actually refitted the shop, okay, and it does look nice and pleasant, and it's very clean and tidy and very organised. But yeah, security tags on the meat. my delicious little babies. But really, this is nothing new, because over the months, you know, there's been others reporting on it. Do you see what I mean? But I've noticed it more since they've refitted the shop. Okay, whereas before I wouldn't have really noticed, to tell you the truth. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay, because everything seems a lot more spaced out, if you know what I'm saying. Yes. Anyway, so yeah, so I got you know, my beautiful little babies. You know, got them some lamb and some, you know, chicken, and do you know what I mean, and some pork. Yeah, I got some German mix as well. So yeah, I mean, some of the German mix are all right. You know, do you know what I mean? Well, anyway. Any difference is all right. Do you see what I mean? I'm not, you know, I mean, there's some things now that I will not touch. Do you see what I mean? Oh, something else I spotted: Greek olives. My delicious babies, I thought I'd mention that. Greek olives. Yes. So they seem to be getting in a lot of different, and I've also noticed they're bringing in a lot of Chinese products as well, my delicious little babies. So I just thought I'd mention that as well to you. Okay, my delicious little babies. Yeah, I'm noticing different things now, do you see? Okay, and just to let you know, the flipping olive oil in there, you're never going to guess how much it's gone up to. Even more now, £6.49. £6.49, my delicious little babies. They're taking the effing P. Do you say? Okay? I mean, you imagine, say, for example, if you've got, you know, families, if they're blessed, you know, and they've got a large family. Anyway, you're blessed if you just, you know, got one little Ben. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, you know, but for some, they could maybe have 3 or 4 little Bens. Do you see what I mean? So it could be mommy, daddy, you know, the little Bens and the little babies who we call our little sons and daughters, you know, or little birdies or something, as little pets. Do you see what I mean? Okay? Well, I mean, it all costs, there we are, it all costs, ka-ching, 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 yes. But what they do in there, they actually do a particular, there's something that I really, really like, and it's a kitchen roll, yes, but it's thicker, and I really like that one, right? Now, how does this work now then, my delicious little baby? So, it's now gone back down to £1.49, right? Not so long ago, what was it, $2.29? For exactly the same, there we are, product. You see, it's just bonkers, you know, crackers and crazy. It just doesn't make any effing sense at all. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay? But like I said, they like to flipping effing squeeze us. Do you see what I mean? As much as what they can. You see, the taxes on everything now. Do you see what I mean? Yes? And of course, you know, if you was to say, go to another country, right? And I know it myself, because I've been on holiday many, there we are, times, yes, okay? Well, of the food, and even the produce, there we are, is a lot better. My delicious little babies. So why is it so, in our poxy effing UK, that they cannot even get it right to bring in or to grow decent fruit and vegetables? You say, no, I tell you what the effing UK government do. Too busy flipping giving ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching change to other places when they should be concentrating on their own country, just like the other countries should be concentrating on their own countries. Do you see what I mean? Yes? Anyway, so there's not a lot to report. And finally, yeah, oh, God bless. I've been doing a bit of... oh, God bless. You know, I mean, not for any charge or anything. Counselling, okay? And, you know when somebody's, how can I put it? You know, like when they're first in, you know what I call it? You know, like it's this lust business, yes, okay? And, oh, God bless. And your dear gentleman there, he was asking me some questions because... well, you know, he was asking me some questions, you know, to do with this new relationship, oh, God bless them, you know, that he's gone into, you know. And he said, I never knew that. He said, you know, things, he says, you've really given me some good advice. And I said, well, that's good. Do you know what I mean? And I says, but, you know, you must remember, you know, because obviously there we are, other things to do now. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, he's called me, God bless, he's called me a couple of times today. I don't mind, okay? But he's in that, what's it called? It's a love thing. Do you know what I mean? It's like that. Do you know what I mean? So, and of course, you know, he wants to make sure, God bless him, that everything, there we are, you know, that he's doing everything right. Do you see what I mean? Mad little babies. I just think, to be honest, it does make me smile, okay, in a nice way, okay, not to take the mickey, because you should never, nobody should ever take the mickey out of somebody. Do you know what I mean? When you just assume that, say, a man or a woman would know, but it's just, you know, I'm sort of rather taken aback and shocked when I realise that they do not know. Do you say? So anyway, so I advised him the best way I could. God bless him. Do you understand what I mean? Yes, okay. But I could tell that these pair, there we are going to fall for each other. Do you understand what I mean? There we are. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. And that's really all I want to say. I mean, I'm not going to say nothing more on that now. Okay. Oh yeah, and one other thing. Sorry, there is one more thing just before I'm over and out. Okay. Now, I mentioned, what was it, about a year and a half ago now, my delicious little babies, okay, that, you know, like when I was talking about, I spoke to somebody else. I've got to be very careful about what I say, okay? I spoke to somebody else a few days ago. There we are, a few days ago, okay? And they was not aware, shall we say, of, well, say what's going on in the world at this moment in time, okay? And they were very shocked, you know, and they said, well, I haven't heard anything. And I said, well, no. I said, do you watch the box in the corner of the room? They said, yes, you say. And I said, well, I'm explaining, there we are, I'm explaining, you know, to go on to different sites and, you know, that sort of thing now. And this is another one, because you see how I've had to explain it, okay? I've got, like I said, I've got to be really careful what I say. How I had to explain it was, I was done explaining, yes, is that years ago, you know, like if you met somebody, yes, if you met somebody years ago, well, you know, there we are, it's like hunky-dory tickety-boo, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You meet each other, you know, I don't know, you go and dance the night away or whatever, you know, then you're swinging off the old chandeliers and the rest is history, isn't it? Okay? But these days, and especially in the past 4 years, you cannot afford. So I mentioned a year and a half ago. Now, before I say anything else, I certainly am not here to hurt, offend, or upset anybody. No, I am not. My heart, and I continuously say, goes out to everybody who very sadly was forced or coerced into something. Okay, my delicious little babies. Now, I also know, which I do, there we are, a long time, okay, couples, okay, so you've got one, God bless, who did not take anything, and then you've got the other half of the couple, there we are, who has. Do you see? Okay. Now, I was explaining to who it was, okay, very politely, that if there was to meet somebody, now this who it was, okay, has happened to have 3. There we are, okay, my delicious little babies, yes. So I said, please, dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, I said, I beg you with the Lord of mercy, do not take any more, okay? And I said, but if you're going to meet somebody, I said, please, I said, be honest and tell them. Do you say? But they could not see at first what I was saying. Okay, so I put it in simple things, the way I'm going to put it across to you now, my delicious babies. I said, look, I said, I personally have not. Okay? I said, but should I meet somebody in my not too distant future? Okay? I would be absolutely furious if they failed to tell me, okay, if they have had something, okay? Because if that's the case, then I may as well I've went and done that myself. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay. But I did discuss this about a year and a half ago on one of my videos, okay? But once I'd explained it, God bless, it did take a little while to explain. But once I did, then yes, you know, it rocked and rolled. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, okay. Then it was understood. Yes, okay. But this is what's happening, because life is not the same anymore, okay? I personally do not see it as being as free, okay? Because of what our putrid effing lackeys of governments in the UK and all over the world, there we are, have done, very sadly, okay? They're putrid, wicked and evil lives, and I'll continue to say that, okay? Say that. Do you see, my delicious little babies, okay? So that's all I have to say, my delicious little babies. No, it's just there we are, I'm very cautious, okay? And it's not that I'm wicked, and it's not that I'm horrible, okay? I just do my best to give advice, there we are, as and when it is needed, okay? To others who would not have otherwise have known it, okay? My delicious little babies, okay? So that's all I'm going to, you know, leave you with. But this was not what I've just said to hurt, offend, and I repeat again, or upset anybody. No, it is not. What I was getting across to you all, my delicious little babies, is just to have more caution, and maybe to, you know, if anybody out there was to meet somebody, and if somebody has had something, yes, to see whether the potential new boyfriend or girlfriend, whether they have had anything. Do you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do you see, okay? Because I can well assure you now, my delicious little babies, some of the things now that I'm hearing, okay? Yes? Where certain things are not the same. With the bodies, with, you know, I'm not going to go into it, my delicious little babies, okay? There we are. But, you know, this is something very sadly I'm hearing rather, there we are, a lot of. Yeah, okay? So sad. Very sad, okay? And then, of course, you know, I've heard more news this morning from one of my dear little, you know, the beautiful family friends that, the dear Dad, God bless his beautiful dear little soul, I hope he's all right. He's gone in for his operation today to go and have, is it a pacemaker with his heart. I did say that I'll call later on and see that, you know, God bless that everything has, you know, gone well. Do you know what I mean, with the operation, okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, so that's the end of my video. So yes, so what I said at the beginning, okay, well, I'm not being nasty, I'm just done saying it, and I'm pretty sure that if you asked others, they'd be the same, get absolutely sick and tired of listening to, you know, instead of just listening to the video, because we all pay for it anyway. I pay every month, you know, so you can watch different platforms and everything, do you see? So we pay for that service anyway, do you see what I mean, okay? Well, we do in the UK anyway, so I'm pretty sure in other countries they must, okay? But to me, you just do not want to spend like 15 minutes listening to someone basically pleading poverty. It just pees me off, my delicious babies, and I say it again. But with some of the videos, so what I have to do now, if I really want to watch a video and I want to, you know, whether I want to advertise it out or whether I do not want to advertise it out, okay? My point is sometimes I just like skip past. Do you know what I mean? So maybe some bits I do miss listening. I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. But my point is, I just do not want to listen about the advertising all the time. It just pees me off, my delicious little babies. Just too much of it. If you look at a lot of it, there we are, you're going to see. But, you know, if anybody is offended out there, you know, if they've got channels or something, okay, well, I do not see what I've said that's offensive. Do you see? And I'm pretty sure there are thousands of others, there we are, who feel the same way, there we are, that I do. Do you see what I mean? Yes, okay. So that's the end of my video. So until my next video, sending you all peace, love and bright blessings. And may your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families all, there we are, be fully protected. Okay, my delicious little babies, so much love to you all. And thank you for any views, you know, to even watch my videos, and for any likes. Thank you. And God bless you all, okay? Because I do love you all. You know, I do have a moan. Everybody knows that I have a moan about things now. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing new there. But at the same time, there we are, I have a lot of laughs. Do you see what I mean? Yes? And that's how I like to, you know, it's a good balance for me. Because to me, it's better out than in. Do you know what I mean? So if you just say what just pees you off there and then, there we are, job done. Do you see what I mean? You can just move on from it then. Do you see? But, you know, this is not to say that, you know, for the majority of the uploaders that they're not banging with the videos, because they bang out some excellent videos. Do you see what I mean? Yes? But just don't want to hear all the pleading poverty. Just do not want to hear it. Because for the majority, they will have sponsors. Do you see what I mean? Or a sponsor. Do you see what I'm saying now? Yes? Okay? Like I said, I've never met a poor journalist yet. Okay? So, God bless. Take care wherever you are in the world. Have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life. Very true, my delicious babies. So true. Okay, and I'm going to finish my coffee. And I've got things to do. So until my next video, God bless. Love you. Bye-bye.